The monster truck project here will soon resume once again now that I have successfully procured the biggest and most important part, a running engine and transmission. You see, shortly after a guy put fuel injection on this, I learned the reason this was stored in a semi-trailer all those years was the current engine and transmission, well, it's junk. So a guy did the right thing and picked himself up a motorhome 440, started saving on parts, was going to rebuild that. Then one of the greatest deals ever just landed in my lap. My new friend John reached out, and basically he's got a running engine and the correct transmission we need ready to go. The caveat is it's in a vehicle, and both of those are in Florida. So I'll see you in Florida. Well, here a guy is in Bradenton, Florida, where our new to us vehicle and engine donor is stored. Here it is. First time I'm seeing it. Oh wow. It is quite literally rhino-lined. I thought it was silver. Derek, you ask, why is it you want said white rhino-lined Chrysler 300? I don't even know what the year is. Well, it's quite simple. It's got a Hemi, and that makes sense. But not just any Hemi. Look at this. That is a supercharged twin throttle body, now 392 cubic inch Hemi running on Holley EFI. And that is going to be the power plant for the Black Sheep monster truck. Basically pluck all of this out and put it in the truck, hopefully. Here's the plan. Don't have one, but essentially I need to figure out what this is and how to operate it, see if it'll start and run, drive it over to Cletus McFarland's shop, put it on the dyno, have Dr. Tune 'em all tune this thing, do whatever work we need to do, then drive literally across the entire state of Florida, because I'm also going to pick up a twin turbo Jetboat that Mike Finnegan talked me into getting. It's a really good deal. It's got a Charles Barkley pump on it or something. I don't even know what it was. Dirt cheap, okay? Got to fabricate a hitch or something on this, put the boat behind the car, and then travel 1,000 miles back home to Vice Grip Garage in this. Seems fine. No, I've really done it this time. Hey, before we walk around this thing, speaking of superchargers, you yourself could potentially own one as well. Check this out. The next Vice Grip Garage giveaway is here. It's a really short one, so don't miss out, but it's our biggest one yet. How about some modern muscle for a change? This ZL1 Chevrolet Camaro, 650 horsepower coming out of that supercharged 6.2 liter, backed by a 6-speed transmission. This particular one is in absolute pristine showroom condition with only 7,000 miles on the odometer. Of course, it has the track package stuff. Comes out of the box with Brembo brakes and Recaro seats and all of the stuff, all of the options. This car is an absolute rocket and a ton of fun to drive. Now, if you don't like Camaros or modern muscle, or you're just not in a position in your life where this makes sense, I get it, and that's why this time I'm including an option where if you don't want the car, how about $80,000 in cash? And you could do whatever you want to do with that. For an opportunity, a chance to win either one, go to vicegripgarage.com. Every $5 you spend gets you one entry for a chance to win, whichever one you choose. And there's a little bit of something for everyone over there. Good luck to you guys. Again, this is really short. Don't procrastinate. And as always, no purchase necessary, and all the rules and everything are over there at vicegripgarage.com as well. So we're going to walk around this thing, dig through it, see what we can figure out. But first, I need to thank a couple people. First of all, John. He's the guy I got the car from. Fan of the show, hit me up and said, hey, I got this car, it might be right up your alley. And that's when the gears started turning. And I said, John, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I kind of only want the engine, not so much the Rhino-lined, whatever this thing is. And he said, man, that would be incredible. And I can't give you the specifics, but the deal this guy gave me is a once in a lifetime deal. I had to do it. So big thank you to John. Do me a favor, go down there in the bleep bloop section and tell John thank you. He is furthering our monster truck career with this thing. Also to Cletus, he's stored this thing for months for me, and you've probably seen it in the background of a bunch of his stuff, but surprise, it's a guy's thing, whatever that is. Now, thankfully, Nate's on the way, because I have no idea how to even, what any of that does. But we're gonna still try to get it fired up and move it. So let's dig through this thing and see if we can find buttons and switches and whatnots. So the Rhino lining is a nice touch. And I have to say, it was applied well, really well. Or is that sealing spackle? That might be a sealing spackle from the 80s. I'm not really sure, but durable this car must be. It's got VMMS wheels, bigger ones in the back. Those look like the Mickey Thompsons. And then it's got skinnier ones in the front. So this must have been a drag car project at one point. I have no idea if it ran a quarter mile or anything like that. John said it should run, but it's got some tuning stuff going on with it, which is why we're gonna try to put it on the dyno right away and get that sorted out, because we have a lot of miles to travel in this thing. It's not all rusted and rotted. I think mostly because it's plastic, and then the sealing spackle kind of sealed her in. Of course, it's got the Hemi badges. Hasn't been ran through any 7-Elevens or anything like that, you know, typical Florida car stuff. So that's pretty sweet. And then obviously the big old YM blower and these big twin throttle bodies. I don't know how many CFFMMs. Ooh, squeaky. Looks like it sat out in the rain for a little bit. We'll probably have to do some stuff here before we get this fired up, but let's dig through the interior. Windows have been down. I don't think it's gonna have much of a smell. And it doesn't. This has gotta be, what, early 2000s? Is this leather? Wow. Seats are perfect in the thing. It's got a shifter in it, wood grain steering wheel. No cage or anything like that. Oh, sweet. It's got a Holly dash in it even. Wow. That's all fabbed in there. Slick. So we're gonna have all the gauges. Heated seats. We don't got boom booms though. I don't know about that. All sorts of wires hanging out. This is where we're gonna, oh, it must be a trans brake? Wow. I guess I didn't even think. Does this have independent rear, or is it an actual big? That is like an independent rear setup, isn't it? We got some pipelators and tips. It's probably fairly loud. I have no idea. I guess we're gonna find out. I don't know how to open the trunk. I think there's a button, but I think the battery's dead. So I have no idea how to do that. Let's pop the hood and look at the main reason we came down. She's already kind of popped. I don't know how to. There we go. Oh wow. Oh, they even jammed in the spackle Rhino lining. Oh sweet. It's got the Albi dipped, and that's factory sticker on here. It does actually have, it's a line lock, not a trans brake. Wow, there's stuff in here. Good job, John. This is a serious rig. Moses, sandals. You know, something I didn't even think about is belts. What if we throw a belt? Can a guy get an extra belt around here like that? Doubtful. Great, that's good. Come over and take a look. I'll show you what we got. Yeah, this thing You know, definitely factory. I think they came off the line like this. It's got aluminum covers, some MSD stuff. I guess not the original cubic inch. There's been some block work, stroked or something. But it's supposed to be a 392 bottom. And then, of course, with the Y end up here. Here's that Hurst line lock. Just interrupts the brake there. I'm surprised that doesn't make that go goofy somehow. Old school ignition module. Love that. Fuel pressure regulator. This has been pretty much cut in here. Wow, that is tight. Look at the belt clearance. Just shoehorned in. Still got power steering. Uptown. And then I think those are coil drivers. Could be wrong. Yeah. I mean, it's all complete, I think. I don't really know what I'm looking at. Battery is dead, so we're just going to put a jump box on here. See if we can get this thing to life. We should probably check the Earl and stuff like that first. It's got to be 197 degrees in this building. Because it got Earls. It does. Why is it black on one side and lots of fuel in there? Great. We can run that on the dyno, right? Probably going to want to change on that later than sooner. Adjustable front coily things, I think. There's knobs on here. I don't know what they do. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. That's adjusted. Breather can, catch can thingy. Fans look serious. Oh no, the backs have just been taken off so it fits. Sweet. Well, I've done all I know how to do. Let's see if it cranks. It would be extremely ideal if this just fired right up, but I have been told it can be kind of cankerous starting. I might have to get a jump pack for the road. Okay. Where do we ground this? Right here? Okay, yeah, all right, something's happening. Blinkers on. Okay. See if it cranks. Oh yeah, we got all sorts of gauges in here. You can see there it's cold. Coolant temps 88. Let's see if it fires. Nothing. Come on. Cycle it maybe? I don't know if it has fuel or anything. The gauges are cycling. I don't think Holly likes not having 12 volts. And are we even getting a crank signal? Huh. Is there a kill switch? I don't think so. There's switches. I think I'm just turning massaging seats on and off. I don't. I didn't even check if it was in park. That's not good. Now it is. I don't think it's got enough battery to run the Holly. It's not even trying to fire. Perfect, because I don't know how to work on this. Let's drive it 1,000 miles. Yeah, yeah. Man, John hooked us up. Something, extra parts. Probably more parts there. Some fuel line. Gaskets. Wow, it's got a fuel cell. Check fuel. Ah, there's the battery. Guy might just gotta go get a new one quick. That might solve our issue. Well, let me put the jump box on here first. Guy's got the Holly dash turning on and off as we're cranking. And I don't believe the computer is going to like that. Whatever it may be. Haven't even determined that yet. Okay. Oh, sparkles. Sparks everywhere. Now let's fire up. Worse. Yeah, 8 volts. I don't think it's going to start on that. Okay, I don't even have tools. Yes, I do. Let's get this battery out. Go get a different battery. And we'll start there. Guys borrowed him up a fuel jug and some tools. What is the beeping about? Gonna go snatch this battery out for a core, grab a new one, get some pump gas, and then see if we can get this thing fired up. All right, throw some fuel in here. Oh no, this is bad. There's gasoline everywhere. It shouldn't be. All right. Seems fine. Nope. This is how to start a fire. Okay. So, throw the hot battery in while this is wet, and then we'll try to crank it. Just put 93 in, and that's pretty much what we're gonna have to tune it for. 93 octane anyway. This is not a big fuel cell. I have no idea how well this is going to run or what kind of mileage it's going to get. But we got a lot of miles to put down on this thing. It's going to get interesting. I don't know if it's going in or not. It seems to be. Yeah, it's going. Ish. We're going to have to carry a gas jug, aren't we? Probably 3. Good idea. Okay. Most went in the trunk floor, but we got gas. Then, battery. Yep. Heavy. Big fella. There we go. All right, now let's see what it says. Huh. Well, I might have to run and get an 8. We'd be tuning it here to get it started. It does not want to fire. Well, doing some troubleshooting here. We don't have hot off of this wire for the fuel pump, so we've been jumping it straight to the battery. It did get the fuel pump going, but it's still not wanting to fire. Nate's here helping. Hi, Nate. We got fuel pressure there, but it's not getting up into here. So now we're going to check spark, and I guess it's under that thing. So I'm going to take off one of these coils, and we'll test spark. I think this thing's been sitting here for like 4 months, so who knows? Could be plugged injectors, could be all sorts of stuff. We're kind of just trying to figure out what's been done, how it's been wired, how it's been tuned. Going from there. Nope. No spark. Well, hot dog, we figured it out. Started going back through all this there. This is the fuse, well, it was the fuse, to the fuel pump. And Nate's saying it also runs the injector driver stuff as well. So we had no spark, no fuel, and that's why we had to jump the pump. Have a ring terminal in here for now, just to get it up to the shop, and then I'll replace the bad 25 with like a 50 amp fuse. And eventually I got to wire in a relay similar to this, where basically we're going to use the green wire from the computer as a trigger, and then we'll pull straight from the battery or something, or off of this or something else. But now I can put this back in, get this thing fired, and an hour later or more. Get this thing on the roller. It's a good thing Nate's only like $700 an hour. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds pretty healthy. Great news. I was getting a little nervous there for a while. It's always kind of tricky trying to figure out what someone else did, but we got her. Oh, it's so hot in this building. Nate's in there already bleep blooping on the computer box, doing some tables and stuff. Yeah, sound pretty good. Once he gets it where he's liking it, then we'll get it over to the shop and get it on the rollers. Got a fuel leak. Have to fix that at some point. Okay guys, gotta put this down to the cleanest shop and see if we can get this on a lift so I can take care of the fuel leak, or try to, at least see what it is. And then we'll finally be ready to put this on the dyno, hopefully. Looks cool. The guys are super busy over here. All the lifts are full, so I'm gonna swing over to the Freedom Factory and see if I can use the lift in the back shop there really quick. Shouldn't be too bad. I just gotta see why it's leaking and try to get this patched up so, you know, we don't start the shop on fire. That would be ideal. See if it shifts. I'm guessing it shifts. Not really sure. There, kind of shifted. All right. Speedometer works, must be on the GP and the S. Oh, lots of running around. Got it up on the lift, did find a leaky line. It's a -6. Look at all the convicts, goodness. So being that's up on the lift, I'm borrowing this Toyota Tacoma. I think this is Zach's old one. Headed back to the other shop to see if I could borrow or buy some -6 stuff, then come back over here, make some lines up. Oh, I feel terrible for Nate. He was supposed to just be tuning this quick, but it's turned into a whole thing. And I gotta get miles down. Oh, it's raining. That's great. Seems fine. I'm back with some stuff. So right here is where that line was dripping. So I'm gonna cut it there. And then it's already got a fitting up in here. So we'll just put another one of those fittings kind of right about there, and that should hopefully resolve the leak. So I got to put on 3 straights essentially. Yeah, and then a barrel fitting. Well, we finally got her strapped in back at the shop. James is doing computer stuff. I don't even know what.
Yeah, we're doing things and stuff over here.
Yeah. Does that chart go to 4,000 horse? That's what we're gonna need.
Yeah, that's its max. 39.99. Anything over doesn't redirect.
Yeah. And Nate's already punching more buttons and tuning and whatnot. I did notice the fuel gauge actually works. There's a sending unit and a 4-gallon fuel cell, and works on the Pro Dash thing. So now I only need like 17 jugs for the back seat, which is gonna be great.
4-gallon cell back here.
Yeah, something like that.
I did a drag and drive with an 8-gallon cell. Second rendition got 43 miles to a tank.
No, I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly. You got any bigger fuel cells around here? Actually,
you might have something you might be able to muster up in the back of this.
or a cooler.
What pump you got back there?
It's a little 255. What do you think?
It's a unit, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at.
I see it's got some stuff, some things.
Yeah.
It's got some more stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever seen this? The old school ignition module
Yeah, that's weird.
plugged into the charging wheeler?
Yeah.
What is that doing?
I don't know.
Going to a 4-post relay?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm not quite sure what that does. But
It's there for a reason.
what is that? Alright.
Little baby pull for the first one. That's what dyno brakes. 370, bud.
370.
A little partial. I just wanted to see kind of where we were.
Yeah. I don't even know what kind of RPM it's gonna like.
Should be decent.
Huh. 371.8 horse, 415 foot-pounds of torque. He's just doing a little blip, kind of see where things are at, make some adjustments, make sure everything's safe, and then he'll start ripping on it pretty good. I don't know how to read that. Sounding better.
Something happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Zero power.
Power broke the dyno.
So potential issue, we're losing cam or crank signal.
That's what I need. Both of those.
Yeah, you need both of those things. And I don't know what it means or how it works, but I'm trusting these guys. And it does not sound like something fun to fix on the side of the road. But he's going to still try to tune around it. And maybe make a couple more poles here. I'd like to get into the 400s. Do that again? Yeah.
Lost it again.
Oh, picked up. Picked up 20 wheel.
Oh yeah, look at that. Wow.
20 horsepowers. And almost 30 foot-pounds of torque.
That ain't bad. That's only at, I think it's just cutting out at 4,500 RPM.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can see it makes it all early and it kind of just stays.
Yeah, that's true. That is a very odd curve. It's just like,
That's how blower life
Yeah.
makes it all early.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know how much more we can do with the thing not doing the stuff, but the sensor's not doing the thing. Maybe you could just rewire it real quick.
What's going on?
Well, I don't think we're gonna get to do any more really hard whacks on it because of the sensor issues we're having. So he's gonna clean it up for driving. So he'll run it like he's going down the highway, check everything out, clean it up a little bit. One more smaller pull. There we go. Oh yeah, 420.
It wants to make power, but
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely thought it was under time a little bit. So to put a couple degrees in just to see it,
Yeah.
it picked up quite a bit.
Sweet. That sounds much, much better.
Yeah, driving overall should be good.
Awesome. There you go. 420 horse, 487 foot-pounds. That's, I would say probably, well, easily 500 crank, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it's making 6 pounds of boost, but I mean we're only getting to 5,000 RPM, so
right.
I mean, realistically this thing should go 6,500 all day. So it's, I'm sure, still climbing steeply when we get there. This thing should probably make, I imagine, 500-600 at the tire.
Sweet. It's gonna be a fun drive. As long as I don't, what kind of dangers am I in here? If I'm just cruising, I should be fine.
You should be, yeah, you should be fine cruising, unless it's like excessive crank play that's making it lose signal, then obviously, but I mean it's got good oil pressure.
Okay.
So you should be fine. Fueling, all that's cleaned up. I mean, if you want to get together when you get it back and we'll finish remotely, we can do that.
Okay, sweet. Thanks, man.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it. Dr. Tunamo, always killing it. This thing sounds nasty though. Man. Okay, now what? I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go return the rental, get a taxi cab back here, throw my backpack in this car, and just hit the road. At some point I probably should change the oil and do some other stuff, but I need to get some miles down. We gotta get to Cocoa Beach area, I think, tonight, which is literally on the other side of the state. So let's pack up and get ready to rock. My taxi's leaving. We'll go find the Chrysler. Should be sitting over here. Good news is this took so long getting my rental back, it has stopped raining and is now to the east of us. So if I drive slow enough, we should stay out of the rain, which would be great. We don't want to be scooping that in, obviously. Speaking of slow and scoops, the transmission, great news, is a 727. So it's kind of an old school transmission. It's like Chrysler's version of the power slide, basically. And that is absolutely perfect because that's what's already in the monster truck. So all of this has just come together so great. So we're gonna jump in this thing, and I don't have tools or anything right now. We're probably gonna try to acquire some of this as we go. Definitely wanna get some gas jugs. My biggest concern right now is fuel mileage. And also, if anything breaks on this, it's so much electrical and wiring, and you know, I can't just wrap on a carburetor with a Leatherman. So let's fire it up, hit the road. Seems to start a lot better now. Oh, wipers work. How'd those come on? I don't know how any of this works. There we go. All right, we do have a fuel gauge right here. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. See how far we can get per tank. So guys decided to take a little bit longer of a route, and that's just because, well, right now I'm almost at 3,000 RPM, and we're doing 50 something on the GPS. So we can't just jump this on the interstate. Obviously it has a high top speed, I'm sure, but you can only do it briefly. It's a drag car. We don't want to make a ton of excessive heat. It's got a high torque converter, I'm sure, high stall. So we're going to cruise the back roads and just try to be patient and get as best fuel mileage as we possibly can, basically. But it's running good. Oil pressure is, where's that at? I need to make sure we have that. It's good. It's got it somewhere. I do have a Transchem gauge. Great. Coolant's at 190. It's charging. Well, there's oil pressure. 60 pieces. Oh boy, we got pieces to spare at that rate. love this, just seeing the countryside. You really do get to see a part of America that you normally don't. The interstates intentionally go around all this stuff. But anyway, great news. Trans temperature is all the way down to 150. It's running significantly cooler than I thought it would. And the engine's holding right at 189, 190. It's getting cool outside as well, so that's helping. But we might try to put it on the interstate, maybe spin her 3,500 RPM for a while, and see what that trans temp does. That's my biggest worry over anything. I didn't see a big cooler anywhere. It does have a big, deep B&M pan on it, but she's got more capacity. We'll monitor that. Boy, this is beautiful though. Listening to that blower whine reminds me of drag and drives. Guy might have to consider doing that again, you know, like Rocky Mountain or one of the sick weeks or something like that. Goodness gracious, I think there's 90 of them now or something like that all over the country. But taking cars like this and going to different tracks and driving them between, it's challenging, rewarding, a lot of fun, meet a lot of great people. Maybe next summer, we'll see. Let's stop and get fuel. Went through some rain and stuff again, but car's doing good, kind of just putting on the back roads. Really good shakedown. I'm feeling pretty comfortable in the car. The shifter's kind of goofy. You can slam shift it second, but then you have to like pull the gate to go back up to third, but I'm getting used to it. It's always afraid I'm gonna throw it reverse or something, but it has a lockout on it. So let's figure out our fuel mileage. We're like 30 miles from the interstate, I think, and we'll go pop it in third and see how it's going to travel at 65, maybe 70. See what the torque converter is going to do. Keep an eye on that transmission heat. Just work our way into it. We got plenty of miles to figure this thing out. Stopped at O'Reilly down the road. Got us a gas jug. I think this is going to be one of the most important tools on this excursion here. I can't tell if this is rhino liner still or like spackling on your ceiling, and I like it. It's confusing. What's your guess on mileage? I don't know that I have one. All right, I did the Mathises on the MP and the Gs. Might surprise you. 9.48 miles to the gallon. We pulled a wick out of this thing and hit the interstate. Couldn't prove, could get worse. I guess we're gonna find out. We need to find the sweet spot for the mileages. I think that's just a 10-gallon cell, so obviously 90 miles is going to be our tops. With the cushion in there, we should probably stop around 75. I'm going to get something to wet the back neck here and maybe, I don't know, chew on some groceries. Let's hit the road. Apples and grapes. I guess that's supper. Hey, I called John to thank him again, but also get some more information. I asked him how many miles he's driven this thing, or what's the longest he's driven it. And he said, oh, about 30 miles. You know, we just run some errands, maybe take it to a show every now and then. Oh, that's great. You said the mileage on the odometer is correct on the race pack since the build was complete, which is like, what is it, 1,200 miles or something? Yeah, 1,200 some miles is all the car's been driven. So we really are shaking this thing down. Anyway, eastbound and going sideways still. Well, good morning. Very, very late last night, we pulled into the motel here. Car's running just fine. I think we're actually in Cape Cod, Port Canaveral. I think I drove by our destination, but the motels were a little less steely over here. Speaking of which, the Hemi Oh My is still hanging in there. For whatever reason, out of all the different hoopties and whatnots we've driven home, I think this one kind of says steal me the most. And theft bros seem to have down the Dodge, Chrysler, you know, Hellcat, Challenger, Charger 300 scene. Apparently they could nab these things in just a couple seconds, but nonetheless, ours is still here. Wow, I even locked the door. Today's going to be an exciting day. We get to pick up our LS turbo-powered Jetboat that I know absolutely nothing about and have never seen. First, we got to swing by the bank, beg the banker for some more money, and then we'll go see what we got going on. Got to fab a hitch, got to do some wiring. Oh, speaking of which, we got to go get some stuff from the parts store as well, which I don't even know if they have that out here. We're going to find out. Cold start this morning. First step, do we got batteries? Come on. Where does it say? 12.5. Yep. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Nate's got her dialed. 65 pounds of oil pieces. Oh, yeah. I got to get fuel. We kind of came in on fumes. Gasolina. First step. This, and then some terrible coffee. Maybe a churro. No. Grapes. Bananas. Still have this, haven't had to use it, thankfully. I just realized all this is stacked on top of the wiring. So we should probably watch for that. But I didn't want to stop again for a 9th time last night, so I kind of crawled this in on fumes. Although the car is running well, we have to remember we've only scratched the mileage we have to do in total. We are now as far east as you can go, literally in Florida, and we have to cut all the way across back to Nashville area. So this is gonna be interesting. Plus we're pulling a boat. Oh yeah. Great. Wow, that's kind of weird. One of the biggest Wells Fargos I've ever seen out here on the island. Ocean's right behind me there. A guy should probably sneak down, look at the sand or whatever, step on a shell, but I don't know that we got the time. Okay, so quick story while I eat my breakfast. I think it was a 53 Chevy. Some of you are probably wondering, why are you getting a Jetboat? You just got this car. Well, happenstance of location is why. When I got that 53 Chevy, I played around with Mike Finnegan and his boat. Actually, it was his wife's boat. And man, I had a blast. And I've been boating my whole life. I've had various different boats. Mostly old power boats, stuff, you know, fountains, formulas, stuff like that, Bajas. But the Jetboat stuff, I've never had one. And man, it was a blast. And I think I said a couple times in that video, I might have to get a Jetboat. Well, anyway, I got bombarded with emails, and thank you, by the way, but I think I said my budget was right around $3,000. I don't know, I just don't want to go more than that. That's kind of my project car limit, if I can. A bunch of people reached out. Of course, a lot of them didn't have engines, or the pumps were missing, or the drives were shot, or the interior wasn't in it. And then Trevor got a hold of me. He was like, hey, this is a project boat. It doesn't run. It's not been finished, but it's got some good parts in it. I got it for $28.50, although I am going to give him 3 because he's done some work to the trailer and stuff for me. But let's go to O'Reilly, get some stuff, and then we'll go meet this guy and see the boat for the first time. I've seen a couple pictures taken on a flip phone. That's it. Well, I took a right turn and ended up in Tijuana or something. Anywho's, I got some marine axle grease, a fire extinguisher, some engine oil. Made sure this guy has a drain pan. Sounds like he's got a whole shop thing, which is fantastic. I sent some stuff down to him ahead of time as well. So let's go meet him and get to work. This right here is what I was afraid of. Quit in the parking lot. Made it 3 blocks. It stalled again going down the road. It's got RPM. Got fuel pressure. Boy, it's just kind of nerve-wracking. It's not, you know, oh, let me adjust the push rods real quick or go twist some timing out of it. It's leaf loops. This is why the new stuff, you know, it can get a little frightening when you're doing stuff like this. Let's take it easier than the easy I was taking. It probably just knows it's going to be pulling boats and isn't very happy about it. Okay. Dude's got a square body and an OBS in the front yard. So I already trust him. Oh, lots of boats. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yes. So this dude's Taylor. He's got a motion shirt on too. Nice. He's gonna open up the boat for us. What is this thing again now?
It's a Sutphin.
Sutphin?
Yep.
What year?
1976.
76 Sutphin. He was just telling me these were 70s, 80s kind of offshore powerboat stuff. This is one of their smaller ones. It had a Ford in it. And he politely said it expired, which means he blew it up. And ended up starting this project, which it's not finished, right?
No, it's not finished.
Okay.
I gave the Ford all the RPMs and she expired. So, you know, put an LS in, it'll handle the RPMs and
there you go.
Do some fun stuff.
Okay. Oh, it's two-tone blue. Why was I thinking this was gray? I'm so bad with colors.
Oh no, that's just sun fading.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh,
Man,
my top's done a good job of keeping water off of it.
He's got all sorts of projects. Look at this old eliminator. Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Cadillac guys, got Cadillacs everywhere.
Yep, Cadillacs, Buicks.
So is this the Charles Barkley thing?
That is.
Yeah.
Yep, that takes the water from under there and puts it out there at high speed.
Does it have the reverse switcheroo?
It does have a reverse switcheroo, and it's
Wow.
also got a trim doodad thing. So you can make all the rooster tails.
See, I already know everything I need to know about jet boats.
The place diverter.
Oh, I see we got a crate motor, still wrapped in cardboard.
It is, yep.
Oh, it's got seats.
Yeah.
And a key.
Oh yeah.
Man, this might be too nice for me. Carpet? Huh. I could probably make this out of some OSB. Oh, yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So these are old school water turbos, huh?
Yes, these are M&H. This is a turbo kit from probably the same era, the 80s, and it's for a Merc Cruiser small block Chevy. And then I just adapted it to the LS.
Oh, I see. Adapter Rooney 4000s.
Yep.
Yep.
Those and some, you know, back pressure gauges in here, and
What does that do? Gauge?
those are, you know, I supposedly if this goes higher than the boost that's coming out of here, something in here explodes. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
So, you know,
All right.
figure that out for yourself.
So we just got to plug a couple things in.
Yeah. Plug a few things in and plumb a couple things, and it'll do 80 or whatever.
Oh, wow.
It's got, oh,
What is that?
I didn't realize that came off of that. So that needs to be back onto this, so the drive shaft fits on there really nice.
Okay.
Which, you know.
So the engine's kind of falling out, but not all the way.
Yes, falling out slightly.
Can I tow it like that? Is that going to bounce around and break something?
Well, I don't know.
Huh. That's a funny looking Turbo 400.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so please tell me this is like a junkyard 5.3 or something?
It is. It's a junkyard 5.3. It's been all rebuilt. It's got new pistons in it. It's got what's it got? It's got a sloppy stage 2. It's got pack 1218s. It's got some ARP hardware in it. You know.
Holy cow.
So it has a few things.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Don't know what that does, but it looks cool.
It's got these things too.
Oh, I gotta have blinkers.
That's how you get the rooster tails going. You know, you push those up.
Oh,
and all the
okay.
water goes out there.
Wow, it'll
be cool.
I thought it was like you had to like pull cables or spin a wheel like a sailboat or something.
We're living in the modern world here.
Okay, this is fantastic, man. Well, here's your money. I feel like I should be paying you a lot more than that.
No, you shouldn't. It's okay.
Thank you for the deal on this thing.
Yeah,
My goodness gracious.
I want to see you run it.
Oh, we're gonna run it.
Make it happen.
So I sent ahead tires and wheels. His tires were a little bit more cracked up than a Detroit City street corner, but he already put those on for me, which is great. And we have a hitch somewhere here, I think, that allegedly fits that. So we should probably test that too, huh?
Oh yeah. That's
Does this have a license plate or something, or a title?
It does have a title, yeah.
Wow.
I can give you that too.
And the trailer is a floating trailer.
Yeah.
This is a 2-inch?
Yep.
Wow, you even lock your trailers down here, huh?
I do. Well, you know, I like my stuff and I don't want it to go away. So
Yeah.
try to.
New strap, over budget.
Yeah.
Man, this is gonna look bananas getting pulled behind this,
Yeah.
whatever this is, Dodge Ram.
With the cover off, you know, get the full effect.
We could,
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
probably should.
Oh man, this is exciting. Man, it's a beauty. Oh, it's been a minute since she was on the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's got one of these things too, we learned. It's pretty good. Needs, I think I could just bury all this in clear coat. Not even worry about any of this stuff. This is just a sheet of plywood. That's fixed. But there is our project Jetboat. I think all the hard work's pretty much been done or acquired. It's just trying to fit everything together that I don't know what it is or how it works or what it does. Super. Oh yes, he's got a lift. We're gonna throw it up on this thing. See what we gotta do in the rear. Come up with some sort of receiver hitch. Then I'm going to do an oil change. Probably should have done it yesterday. Hindsight being 120 over 240. But is what it is. Nut and bolt check this thing again, which I already did at the Freedom Factory, but we'll do it again since it's a fresh build. And if all goes well, we'll be pulling out of here soon, hooked to the twin turbo Jetboat. So I'm not certain, but I'm thinking, wow, I'm just so not used to seeing stuff not rotted out. Anywho, there's a couple holes on both sides. I'm wondering if maybe that's where this hitch goes. Little secret, if you're ever in a jam and need a receiver hitch, use the U-Haul website. And it'll tell you right away if anything is out there for your particular vehicle. And a lot of times you can find the hitch on their site and then just cross-reference it, because Reese and a whole different gaggle of manufacturers build the hitches for U-Haul, and they just put the U-Haul sticker on them, obviously. So that's what I did, and I think I got one that supposedly will go right up. If not, he's got lots of stuff, including a bag 58 Buick that we might end up going home in instead. Hopefully. And we'll make it happen. Ha! This might not be that bad. We got one hole that has threads. The rest of these we're gonna have to make. But I think the plan is we don't have one. Just tighten this up and we'll spray paint some markers through these holes where we have to drill that out. I'm going to pull the rubber isolators off the exhaust so we can hang this out of the way. I was thinking I might have to cut these, but maybe not. And then bam, we got a 3,500 pound class 0.5 trailer hitch. Hitch is done, but now we're gonna go ahead and change on the Earl. I'm trying to figure out what M&M's that is. And then fill trays up in there somewhere. Oil change down on the bottom side. I didn't even spill. Oh, it was bad. It's literally like, it went everywhere. My bad. So he's helping set up a hitch. He's done some measurements and all sorts of stuff. This is only 7 inches off the ground. And for this to pull right, we're gonna need a raised hitch. So he's trying to make something up for me. Might have to notch this bumper a little to make that work. While he's doing that, I am figuring out this Chrysler wiring, which, you know, Buick, Olds, Pontiac, Cadillac, it's all the same, pretty simple. This is newer stuff. So I'm just trying to figure out some unfamiliar colors. This Haynes repair manual was in the stuff from John. So that's pretty nice. My iPlate is fully charged, so I'm in here making notes on that. Looks like white and purple is running and green is brake over here, which means contrast wise it's probably going to be a brown or something on this side for brake. And then once I figure out what colors we need, then I can transpose that to the trailer harness, which we're going to try to run a 4-pin flap on this. Look at that, he even got inside the brake housing. Went to Billy Bob's Trailerland, is that what it's called?
Okay.
And we got some tail lights for the boat and a controller thing, which I'll explain when we get back to the shop. But we're walking right now, if you've noticed. We took a early 2000s Chevrolet pickup, nice looking truck. But the dreaded cam sensor got us, I think. Ran perfect here. Won't refire. So we're walking a few houses down. Guy knows a gal that's got a car. We're gonna borrow that. Go back and get our purchases. Head back to the garage, try to get this done, and then maybe we're coming back in a little bit to throw a cam sensor in this thing. You know, just kind of just winging it, basically. We made it back. We got lights for the trailer. One of them was bad, and it was the LED light. I got the cheapy 1157 because we could fix that anywhere. And I got this controller thing they had on the shelf there, a little dusty, but she's gonna work because here's what's going on. I found using the test probe. There's white and purple, I believe it is like the running light or tail light, and green is the brake light, and then you have this white with the yellow tracer is the turn signal. Anyway, I only have one brown, which is tail light, ground, tail light, left and right blinker. If I connect this to here, it could theoretically run the blinkers as a brake light. So we'd have a running light. If I hit the brakes, it would engage the turn signal, but I wouldn't have turn signals. This controller, the additional red wire is now our stop. Brown would be tail, and then we have turn, everything like that. And white is always ground, of course. And we'll ground that, I don't know, self-tapper or something. So I'm gonna quick button up this, and then we got a gigantic, Taylor has that, hitch we gotta put in here. Might have to cut this bumper, unfortunately, to get that to work. So we'll see what happens. Well, guys out here working on the trailer now. I think I got the car wired up, but we need something on the receiving end. That one over there works per the power probe. This one does not. It's got these LED light panels in it. Anyway, all the hardware stuff is just so rusted and rotted. I couldn't even get the cover off to inspect it. The Phillips are just like gone. So I got a metric Tanya Harding and just quick, you know, remove that. Now I got to figure out how to get this hardware off. I believe these are going to have similar mount And we'll wire this up, probably just do one, throw the other in the trunk as a spare. I'd really like to hit the road. We've spent a lot of time just doing necessary little odds and ends. I'd like to get some miles down tonight yet though.
Just what do you think about that?
Wow.
I'm just gonna weld that up and then just leave it with that.
Yep.
And be able to use that pin instead.
And this gives us enough length where we don't have to cut the bumper up, right?
I didn't measure, I just eyeballed it, so I figured it'll either work or it won't.
Yes, perfect.
All right, good.
I like the popsicle stick jig.
Well, yeah.
That's pretty
Every
nice.
good mechanic has some popsicle sticks. How are you supposed to be able to measure things?
This is great. He cut this off a box truck he wasn't going to use as a collar. That'll give us extra strength here, so we'll have 3 welds total. We probably only need about 350, 400 pound tongue weight-ish. That ought to do her. If not, well, I guess the boat is sold to whoever picks it up in the ditch. Alright, using this little Proby doodabber, basically just as a ground clamp, but I got it ran hot down here just so I can come back and check it myself. Oh yeah, I can already see. So we got running lights, we'll test brake lights. Let's see, how am I going to do that? Oh yeah, that's up to that controller, isn't it? Well, we'll figure that out later. At least we got running lights. So I'll put this battery back. I'm going to find a grease gun. I'm going to jam some grease in these hubs and check everything over. And then at least we could say the trailer is 100%. Taylor also found the original hood, which is really cool. We got to strap that in somehow. Might figure out how to fit that on this thing at some point. We're drawn close. Get this hitch dialed. I still got to put oil in. And then we can make some trails. Guy's back. Topside, bay 1. Okay, we've got a lot of work done. We're getting there. Taylor's got the hitch in. Looks fantastic. He even he said it's got a 50-50 warranty. That's pretty good. I think I got all the wiring in the car done, all the wiring on the trailer done, the lights on the trailer. I purged the hubs. There was some pretty gross, muddy looking sandy grease in there. Got some new marine grease in. At least hopefully enough to get us home. He's grabbing a bunch of stuff and throwing it in right now. We got to strap that up, but I cannot forget to put engine oil on this thing. We dropped it earlier and got busy. Of course, down below, put in a Wex XP oil filter up top. I had to do a bunch of research on the Hemi. You know, we put a Hemi in a square body, but I couldn't remember what flavor engine oil we ran on that. Most importantly, the weight and stuff like that. And depending on where you read, it says anywhere from 040 to 520. I was looking up a 392 and decided to go with the base Hemi, which is what this originated as. And from what I can find, it says go with the 520. So that's what I grabbed off the shelf. This is the Restore and Protect from Valvoline. You can actually get this at O'Reilly now, and I've been using it quite a bit since I found it there. Up to 100% deposit removal, 79% stronger anti-wear protection. And if you read the back or the text sheet on this, it has the important Chrysler MS 6395, which is what the Hemis require. So we're golden, of course. Get this topped off, check the levels. I think we're ready to back this bad boy out again, try out our hitch system, and it's pretty late in the day now. But we might still be able to get some miles under a belt loop or two. Well, this is a moment a guy and a guy have been waiting for. If this isn't one of the coolest looking combos there ever was, then I don't know what to tell you. This is looking pretty good. Oh, don't quit. Yes.
Oh, it hardly even sank down.
It actually didn't. Oh, I think we're good. Wow. Thanks again, man, for all your help and storing the boat and giving me a heck of a deal.
Yeah, man.
The walk we went on today was lovely.
Sorry about that. Can't believe that.
I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 13 levers,
Yeah.
a bunch of buttons.
Right.
Just this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And make sure these don't go higher than the boost gauge you're going to install somewhere in here.
Okay. Got it.
You'll figure it out.
This is rad.
Yeah.
I'm excited to take you for a rip.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you nailed this hitch for not
Hey, man.
not even measuring.
That's right.
Well, there you go. Quick trip to Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Pebble Beach, wherever I'm at. Big thank you to Taylor. Big thank you to John. I mean, thank you to Nate and Cletus, and we're kind of on the thank you tour. Now, we got to load back up. I think we're going to try to get to at least Atlanta or towards Atlanta. There's a different interstate I've never been on. I think it's 90 or 95. We'll try that out. See how this thing tows. See if that 727 is going to stay cool. I don't know. Let's go see. Starting to rain again, unfortunately. Man, what a super good dude. Car community. Said it a billion times. You can knock on pretty much any door and they're going to be just as cordial, nice, polite, salt of the earth people. All right, let's see if we can put some miles down. Hopefully this is just a typical Florida sprinkle. We might have to stop and turn the scoop around. I'd really like to get some miles down. We haven't really done much but build, fabricate, fix, and wire. But we do have a turbo jet boat now with the Charles Barkley hanging off the back. It's a big block manifolds. Whew. Well, it's definitely pulling a little heavier than anticipated. Then again, we are in a unibody Chrysler, but you feel every bump. Brakes seem fine though. I mean, it's braking well, but it is a little sluggish on the rear. I had nightmares about figuring out how to crank up these coilovers. Actually, I think it's coil spring in the back with adjustable shocks. So we'd have to do the old football trick or something, but so far I have not rubbed even once, which is great. So let's just jam it on the highway, head north, I think towards Jacksonville-ish. Not really sure around this part of the country. Let's see what we can find. Transmission slipping in third. So we're back to cruising in second. Gonna try to find the closest gas station, pull over and triple check the fluid. It's hot, 194 degrees. Well, not hot. It's on the upper end of warm. But so far not good. We'll see if we can figure it out though. So we've got about a 16-mile cruise to the next O'Reilly. No big deal. It's only about 4 minutes off the freeway here. And I'm hoping it just leaks some ATF overnight or something like that. My fault. I should have checked it this morning. Car's getting hot though. 207. I just noticed that. Might be pulling over here sooner than that. Just lost my fuel pump. Oh boy. All right, well, let's forget about the slipping transmission. Let's see if we can get off the side of the interstate. We've got no fuel pressure. Definitely have fuel. Well, if you're thinking maybe that same fuse popped, that would make sense. It didn't. Smoking. That seems fine. Don't worry about any of that either. So we might actually have lost a pump, and there's something else going on. Got an extra chunk of trailer wiring. I'm gonna jump the fuel pump right to the battery since it's right here, and that way I can right away tell if the pump's bad or not. The controller is not controlling the flash. It's weird. Anyway, I gotta get to it. Good news, maybe not good news. Fuel pump is hot wired. Fuel pump works. That's great. Not so good news. Why is the HP Holly not... Oh, we have 0 transmission. Why is the computer not sending a fuel pump signal? Oh boy. This transmission is really not happy. We got like 6 miles to go. Hitch! Yeah, let's get there. Hitch! Coming over now. Well, we made it. This is probably where we're gonna have to post up. But we're in good shape here. We got Ace Hardware, Riley. Looks like there's a grocery store across the street. We got something to sleep in, basically a camper. Okay, so the green wire from the Holly ECU also runs the injector harness as well. There is a fuse holder and then a relay. Now you can run a fuel pump directly off the green wire, so as long as it's 15 amps or under, which this one is. We've hot wired the pump directly from the battery. The pump thankfully works. However, I could be backfeeding voltage through said line into that harness to make the whole car run. So I need to split the harness off, then just test the pump and make sure that I'm not influencing that circuit. It's a bad fuse, very unlikely. Bad relay, maybe. Or a damaged line from the harness to the truck. Because we're dealing with the purple wire, and I know for a fact it's a green wire from the ECU. Well, that's where we're going to start. So I've got a relay just in case. You know, the Bing Bang temper tool and the El Cheapo meter. I'm going to start poking around, see what we got. I have 2 waters. Hopefully we can have it done by then. Okay, so it'll run without contaminating that circuit while jumping the pump. The fuse was a little wonky, I replaced that. I only get 4 volts through that line, so now I need to start tracking that, see if there's anything else in line with that. But before I go through all that mess, I'm just going to replace the fuse, or the relay, excuse me, see if this is the issue, and then we'll go forward from there. Because remember, all the voltage is coming in the post 30 here, and then dialing her up. Yep, that was it. 12.7 back there. I got 13.13 at the fuse. I'll show you. Here's the one that comes in the kit, essentially. It's got that nice little tab on it. This is the one I just put in. So I'll see if my Leatherman can get that out. We'll swing this back over. I did replace this fuse as well with the new fuse that glows when it blows. So tonight when this happens again, we can be prepared. Put this in the door panel. And well, I'll just show you quick. We turn the key on, we got to run. We got 5 seconds on prime. Bam. So now I just connect this back to my pump. I got to disconnect this from the battery, clean up all that so nothing arcs, and we should be back in business. Still here. Thought I fixed it with that relay, and I was getting great voltage, then it wasn't. Then I got in, then it was, but then I got out again and it wasn't. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I think that's the definition of intermittent. So I started tracing the wire, found it under the dash, and I barely touched it, and it blew apart. Computer? There's like ocean salt in it, and this goes to the pump. Oh, I'm glad we can definitively see what the issue is though, right? So we don't have to sit here and stress about it. So now we've rebuilt the whole circuit. That's grand. I got some juice for the transmission. We'll check that here in just a second. Well, I'm gonna step back so you can hear me better. There's a deeper pan on this, and I don't think that's the right dipstick. And also, I've purchased this dipstick before, and I don't like it because there's an adapter you have to use that goes onto a funnel in order to fit into that. Normal funnels won't fit. So now, I'm gonna put in some new clutches, and then we're gonna cut the top off of this because I can cut this to fit, but it's gonna take 17 months to get a couple quarts in here. I'm gonna guess 3. Well, this and 2. And I'm gonna use type F to get her shifting a little harder. Also, I keep hearing lightning. Or thunder, I guess. You can't hear lightning. Well, yeah, you can. If you have too many wobble pops. Whew. I'm on my second, about to be third shirt today. Which means I'm back in the same shirt from the first day. Oh boy. Anyway, we got great fuel pressure, great oil pressure. I've ran it through the gears. It seems to shift better, but again, I don't know if being low was a thing because I don't know if we're low. We may have just overfilled it. It didn't get over 200 degrees, so I don't think there's anything at all internally wrong with the go forward, go backwards machine. Let's just hope it was a little low and just didn't have enough line pressure. Pulling big old heavy boat, and high stall and all that stuff. We got about 3/4 of a fuel cell, so let's try to at least get like 30 miles down. That would be pretty sweet. It's starting to get dark, which means it's getting cool, which is also great because the car got a little bit warm, but I heard you can run these to like 220. I don't know, let's not find out. All right, on the road again. Daytona International Speedway, originally opening in 1959. It's a 2.5 mile track, and of course home to the Daytona 500, and you can see the welcome Daytona Beach sign just down there. We were right in the neighborhood, had to swing by to see this place in person. It is ginormous. Well, good news. I learned the fuel gauge is accurate all the way down to 3%. I called into a gas station here. I still got, I think 30 miles or something like that to the motel tonight, and then I am gonna call it. I am beat. The heat just takes it out of a guy. You know what I mean? Car seems to be running great now. We're clipping along, pushing it a little bit harder than I probably should, but I'm trying to make up some time. So it is running a little bit warmer, but the transmission's only about 190, 195. So I'm super happy with that. Suspension's hanging in there, nothing's rubbing. Trailer tires haven't fallen off. It is heavy, but it pulls great. Taylor did a great job getting the hitch all lined up flat, so it's not swaying or swerving or anything like that. So I'm gonna call it for tonight. We'll see you guys in the morning. We'll do the usual checkoffs and everything like that. Then I got to come up with a plan and a route for us. We are still a very, very long way from home. Well, good morning. 17:09, 6 early, 9 o'clock. Gonna try to beat some of the heat today if we can. drive as much as we can early, and I think we're going to be driving late again tonight. I have a change of plans I'll get to in a second. I'm down to my going to town t-shirt. Done sweated through and poured oil over all my work shirts. Speaking of t-shirts, just a reminder, real quick, right now, and it's a fast giveaway. It ends September 5th. Talking a short window. You can win my 2022 ZL1 Chevrolet Camaro. And this thing is pristine, showroom condition, 7,000 miles, 650 horsepower, supercharged, 6-speed, immaculate car. Here's the thing. I thought, you know what? Someone might not be in a position in their life to have a hot rod like that. That's fine. You don't want the Camaro? Walk away with $80,000. Just take it, go. Do whatever you want to do with it. Life-changing amount of money. All you have to do to enter for your chance to win is go to vicescriptgarage.com. It's the only place to get entered. Every $5 you spend gets you one entry for a chance to win that setup or the cash. Okay, let's check some fluids, and then I'm going to share the new plan. You know how we do. We just kind of make it up as we go. Guys, just really trying to pay attention to all the fittings and stuff like that. Make sure we don't have any leaks. I'll probably run the pump, cycle the fuel pump a few times. Check that. I'll look under the car, see if we got a ATF leak. I don't know where that juice went, but it must have been low because it was acting fine last night. This is the breather stuff, goes to a catch can down here. Make sure this is all snug yet. I gotta doll that up just a little bit. I should have grabbed some WD-40 when we were at Taylor's place. That keeps bugging me. I guess if we gotta stop again, we'll do something there. Coolant looks fine. Perfect time to check the Earl right away in the morning. And it is, boy, it's really hard to see because it's so clean. I think it's like just half quart under, and that might have been me just not adding enough initially. So I think we're fine there. Leak check. Yeah, a little ATF. Not terribly bad. But that's probably where that pan's probably weeping or something. And that might be where that's going. One thing I woke up at 4 this morning panicking about because I'm an idiot. I should have cranked this down, left it attached, but took some weight off of the back of this car. It's not good for them to sit loaded like this. But I don't think it, thankfully I don't think it sank too much or anything like that. Well, we should probably check the boat. Is this thing still, I don't even know there's rear straps on it. Sure, yep, okay, sure, yep, yep, that's not going anywhere. Oh, the LS has slid forward quite a bit. So that is a thing, I guess. Eventually, oh, it already happened. Water pump is hitting the seat back bolster firewall thing. So that's good. This won't slide anymore. Seems fine. Charles Barkley's still on here with the Division Championship monitor or whatever that is. Okay, we got 19 feet of front end remover hanging out the back. That's so if they take the pump off, I'm also getting something from them if they rear end me. I purged these hubs yesterday and some goop started flying out of them because they are full, but that's better than not. Okay, I think we are ready to hit the road. While we do a cold start here, I'll tell you the new plan. Maybe. I am going to call Mike Finnegan, since some of this is his fault, and see if he's around, because instead of dragging this boat all the way home and then seeing if he has time to come up and help me figure out what in the devil I'm looking at, can I just drop it at his place, and then he can help me understand what I'm looking at, and maybe come back down and build it. And he's got a lake nearby, and seems to make more sense. So I'm going to try to get a hold of him, and whilst doing that, we are going to head directly towards his place. Hips. Oh yeah. Looking good. Same fuel pressure, same oil pressure, charging. Still pretty full from last night, about 3/4 tank. So I think we're just gonna hit the road. Oh, you had another fuel stop. We are making pretty decent time. This morning though, we lost like an hour and 5 minutes. There was a huge, it was like what was that one show where no matter what happened, death would follow you? I can't remember. If you remember that, Final Destination, is that what it was? Anyway, literally log truck. There's logs all over the interstate and ditches, and the truck flipped and hit some other stuff. What a mess. Goodness, I hope everyone's okay, but we lost a tremendous amount of time from that. I got just destroyed. The car got heat soaked. It was hot. Now we're late in the evening, so we're going to try to get up towards Finnegan still. We're going to get in late tonight. We did get a hold of him. He's going to be there. If we don't meet him tonight, we'll meet him in the morning. See what he thinks of the Jetboat. Right now I'm at the epicenter of one of my pet peeves. And that is when people go to get fuel, put in $7, and then shop for 40 minutes inside and block every single pump. I've done 97 laps around here at Buc-ee's, and this is why I completely avoid these as much as possible. The store's kind of neat, but people that operate the pumps, let's get some etiquette. Let's not walk away from your vehicle, go park it. They got a nice parking lot. You know what I mean? All right, let's fuel and go. Actually, two quick notes here. I'm trying the ethanol-free 93, see if that gets us a little bit more MPGs. Nope, waste of money. Perfect. Okay, next is I moved the spare fuel jug to the boat. I was getting absolutely fumigated in the car. Georgia Interstate, I don't know what is going on, if they don't own a laser or a level, or Billy Bob was hung over, or what happened, but the whole interstate does this non-stop. And when you think it might stop because it looks different, it's worse. If you close one eye, it gets a little better, but terrible. Anyway, shaking up the fuel cell, shaking up the jug. It's already probably 115 in the car, and then get a little woozy. So we're gonna move that jug to the boat. I decided to go ahead and get some okra pickles. That'll be my dinner and supper. And now I'm ready to go. Still here, 14 years later. Second trip into the snake den here to get some water. Went to leave, cranked on the Hemi, wouldn't fire. I think the fuel, since the dead ends in the rails, got super hot, started vapor locking. We've ended up flooding it. Unplugged the pump, held it wide open, cleaned it out. It did fire. I immediately shut it off so I could come back out, reinstalled the electric fuel pump, went to start it, starter's dead. So I replaced the relay since that's easy to do. Still just clicking, nothing from the starter, nothing. So there's really two options. One, I overheated it and we can sit here and wait because that's, you know, Chrysler starter. 2, it's junk. Completely cooked it. I didn't really crank on it that long. But I got some waters here. I'm gonna just barely sip on one, take the rest, pour it down the engine, hope that I can reach to the starter, cool that down, and try crank on it here in maybe half hour, see what happens. Had this whole dash tore out a minute ago to replace that relay. All right, come on. Nope. Click twice. Wow. Good old Chrysler starters. They replaced the Dolphin starter with just the Never Work starter. Here's the thing, I don't have a jack, I don't have tools, there are no parts stores anywhere. I am in the middle of absolute nowhere. It's at least 105 degrees out. Well, I don't know, let me ponder. Well, I found a parts store 11 or 13 miles, I can't remember from here. So I'm gonna try to find me a ride. There's plenty of folks swinging through. And once I get some parts, we'll have to try to get a ride back. And the very late night just turned into very, very, very late night. Let's just try it one more time. No, clicked. I think that starter is toast. So, some people might think, oh, it's a newer car, you'll never have any issues with that. Here we are. Great. We got fresh fruit back there. Oh yeah. Made it. And O'Reilly did have the starter. I guess there's 2, all-wheel drive and regular. Pulled it out of the box, no idea what I'm looking at. Not sure if it's right or not. I got a jack stands, little toolkit. Boy, they're stepping it up on tools actually. And what else did I get? A wrench set, I guess. Hopefully that's gonna be able to do it. Got another ride on the way, I got a taxi. Get back there, see if we can get this thing swapped. Back with the starter, just want to make sure. Yeah, she did. Well, there it is up under here. Found the weird feeling in the steering when it tightens up and then loosens. It's actually hitting the starter. And this looks like it's completely in the way for that to even come out. I don't quite understand that, and also that looks different than the one I have. And there's a lot jumped off of that starter up there. Well, I finally got it, and I made a amateur mistake, which I'll tell you in a second. But I was down to 2 options: pull the engine out or remove the steering rack to get the starter out. I finally got it. I only got 1 knuckle left. To find that it has been heavily modified to fit. I guess that is one thing you really got to get down on these to get them to squeeze in. In my haste, I was so worried about the first year of the Hemi that I completely forgot about the flex plate on the 727. So this would probably be a starter out of like an Early's Dakota with like the 318. Not the one that I have. Also, we're gonna need to modify the new starter. How am I gonna do that? I don't know. Here's what I purchased. This is what it actually is. And you can see here, that was heavily modified to try to fit that rack, and it's still rubbed. So somehow I've got to be able to do the same, unless I took all of this apart and kept the back half here. I might be able to do something like that. Might even just be the solenoid. I don't know. But now we got to get back to the parts store. Return this, try to get one of these. I shut the trunk so I can go to the parts store with the battery unhooked. I need to get back into the trunk. Now I get to take the back seat out to find the emergency cable to try to get back to the trunk. It's pretty good. Seats fold down, thankfully, but did have to unpack everything and then blissfully crawl in there, and I just jammed the battery post back on to get the trunk button open, to then repack everything, to then just lock the vehicle. You know, through all of this, I'm kind of chuckling because this Tesla, the white one, is still charging. I might leave before that little stinker does. Who knows? But this drastically changes our plan because I don't know how far I can get tonight yet if we even figure this out. So, not really sure. Just winging it. Okay, we've made it to the big hub. O'Reilly, Caleb and his family, they're in that truck right there. Met them at the counter and they're fans of the show, and they said, "You need a ride?" And I said, "Yep." And that was awfully kind. So now we're at this other store. I think I found the part number I need, doing some research, read through some of the old school forums and stuff. Problem is I'm gonna have to beg for these guys to let me buy a grinder and then modify it in the store to hopefully match this, and then we have to get another ride to get all the way across the other side of town. It's probably gonna be dark by then, which reminds me I should get a light. Aha, got it. Okay, now we just need to make this look like this to clear the steering. Also, we need to drill this hole out because this is threaded, because typically the bolt comes back from the transmission side. We're going in this way. We don't need these threads, so we're just gonna waller them out. I got a cutter upper, a flappy doodabber. We got this little 4.2 amp. What is it? A Duramax this is. The guys threw me a cord out the door. Super nice of them. Let's get the grind in, see if we get this taken care of. Okay, here is our modified starter. You know, we only had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything that we wanted. We couldn't let it go, So I really kind of got in there a little bit more so that hopefully we can resolve the steering issue. What happens is you're cruising along and it's fine, but at a certain point the rack gets in a bind because that U-joint moves, and when that hits the starter it gets hard to turn, and then it breaks free after it comes off of that. So hopefully that'll work. Hopefully this itself will work. Now I gotta go turn this back in as a core because I use it as a template. I guess we own a drill and a grinder now. Clean up my mess. And we gotta get out of here. Okay, finally made it back. I'm gonna hustle and get this in. I have like 9 minutes of daylight left. Hopefully I can get this finished before I get the lights out. And then we might end up just staying in this town tonight and leaving super early in the morning. I don't really want to drive through Atlanta at night. I don't know, we'll see. Let me get this in first, see how long that takes. All right, it fired up, but it took a little while to get it cleared out. I had to start it a couple times, held it at about 3,000. I think we're back in business now. And you know what? The great news is, wow, what a beautiful sunset. First of all, hard to see. We got tons of clearance on that steering shaft now. So that issue is going to be resolved. It had to be fixed anyway. Bam. We'll check that off the list. Okay, I have decided that little controller box I got is no longer working. I just did a light check. I have no blinkers. I have running lights and tail lights. Or running lights is tail lights. Tail lights and brake lights. I'm not jamming this through Atlanta traffic at night, so I'm gonna find a motel 3.5, something to chew on right here in this little town, and then we'll get up just earlier than we earlier do, and try to cannonball up to Finnegan's place, and hopefully we don't have any issues whatsoever, so we can get there at a decent time, have him check the boat out, come up with a game plan, and then start. We still got to head home from there, basically Atlanta to Nashville. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Rigs are still there. I don't even think my jack got stolen out of the stoofing boat thing. Well, good morning, and yes, I know you're curious. I smell like asparagus with just a hint of wheel bearings. This shirt is terrible. Today is hopefully, oh, I almost jinked this. I was just gonna say today's the last push, which means we'll probably get home tomorrow. But we're gonna try. We at least gotta get to Finnegan's because I don't wanna stand him up. So let's check oil quick, get some fuel somewhere around here, and just start hauling. You know, I was thinking, great thing about this test drive we're doing here. Need to put a cord in here. Is we're running this at high RPM consistently, which is what we're going to need to do in that monster truck. Because remember the gearing in it, so we'll have to hold this at 3,000 to 4,000 RPM, and it's doing great. Well, we have made it. Finnegan's on his way and we'll get his take on the boat. I think we're going to store it here for a little while, come up with a game plan, and then I'm going to head back down and throw this thing together. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Kind of a boat build thing, and then go run it on the lake. I don't know what you do. Bass fish, get sunburned, all the stuff, you know. Mike's arrived, the boat connoisseur.
This might be the best combo I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's different. I've had quite a few honks in waves.
Is she only making right turns, or did this come loose?
Yeah, so it's not really connected per se.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that just, dampens everything when you hit waves.
Right.
You don't want it solid mounted, then your exhaust cracks. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Wow.
So we've got a Junkyard 5.3, but it does have stuff inside, I guess.
Okay. All right.
And he's told me, and if we can figure out a way to get these manifolds back to him, I think, because he said they're like twice as much as I paid for the boat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and we can church this up a little bit. Like, there are bolt-on manifolds for turbos for this engine, as you know.
Right. I was going to say, I wonder if
it's the same stuff.
Maybe I return that stuff and just get some Ching Bang headers and some Timo turbochargers, and because this is going to take a lot of water plumbing, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing is, if you want the hatch, we need to water jacket everything. Otherwise, it's going to catch on fire. If you don't care about the hatch, then we're putting war whistles right here with the exhaust going straight up and pops your uncle.
Okay, maybe we do that. I don't necessarily need that. It just came with the boat and it kind of looked cool, but
it's a sweet boat.
Yeah, it seems solid.
I wasn't even gonna go that far. It just looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. It's got the thing.
Yeah. You got a place to run her, so you can shoot her loose. This is what's called a Berkeley E-pump. which means it physically bolts to the transom right here and seals itself to it. It's called an insert pump.
Okay.
And actually, that's a really strong way to attach these things.
Okay.
Bottom of the boat is the interesting part. That'll tell us whether it'll go faster.
Okay. Oh, the inlet.
Yeah. Okay. So this is pretty good. It's got a flat keel. Okay.
Okay.
But it has a pretty decent taper, and this is up higher than this, which means the water, it's kind of like a spoon.
Yeah.
The water, it'll create a depression there, and then it'll turn. So it should feed pretty decent.
Nice.
None of this is racing stuff, but you have turbos, which means if you're next to somebody, you're racing.
Right.
You know, and in my opinion, is as long as it floats and gets your cooler and you to the sandbar.
I was gonna say cooler, fishing rod, and roosters is kind of what I'm after.
Yeah, then this is perfect for that.
Sweet.
I don't see any like major damage in the bottom here. You know?
I hadn't even looked under it yet, so.
Yeah, that's the first thing when you buy a boat.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Is the bitch gonna float? Okay, that's important. You know, this is definitely not the trailer for this boat. You can see where it's not actually sitting on the trailer.
Oh yeah.
And if it does that long enough, it will bend the boat. You know?
Okay. Yeah. So I need.
Which only matters if you're racing.
Right.
But yeah.
So I got to find a trailer eventually.
Or just mod this one. Like that thing that's not hitting the bottom of the boat, you can just space it up.
Okay.
You know?
Sweet.
Yes, slab seats.
And then it's got 2 blinker levers. I don't know what these do. He said something about crank them up and roost and something.
Wow. Okay, so your diverter is. Oh, damn! I didn't even notice. You got the highfalutin hydraulic model. So your place diverter, your rooster tail, is hydraulic. So there's a pump in here, hopefully somewhere, and that lever could control it.
Oh, right here. Is that a pump?
That is it. Oh wow! Yeah.
Sweet.
That's some highfalutin parts.
And I think that's a Ford charging whirler over there. It was big block Ford powered.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, we'll need to do something about that.
Yeah.
She won't float with that. But dude, in terms of like style,
Yeah.
this is as good as it gets.
76 Sutphin.
You look like James Bond out there.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like the sailboat-esque bow with this thing.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
like
know.
what probably was teak at one point.
That's going to be 3/4 inch plywood.
You could probably scuff this whole thing and match the car.
Right on it?
Like, you can ride the whole thing. I don't think we're worried about weight here, you know?
No.
And, you know, a nice classic white. Get you a top hat while you're driving, you know?
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that costs extra in some places.
And
Wow.
this pops up only when you want speed, but it's stuck now.
And is that a light or is that for hooking the boat to the dock?
I think that's your hook.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, tie her off. Oh dude, so you go to the dock, go around it, and then come right back. And... Damn, man.
Yep.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You want to leave
Sweet.
it?
If we could.
Sure.
And we'll come up with a plan and get some parts coming. Okay, we're brewing up a plan. He's going to help me with the parts list, start getting some stuff. I want to try to keep it as cheap as possible, and that's why I wanted to get a cheap boat to start with. And we don't know if we can get it done this fall yet or not, but I think we're going to try, so we'll see what happens. But now, we're sans the trailer, we can really pull the wick out on this thing. Let's hit the highway once again. We've got, I don't know, another 1,190 million miles to get back home. We did it. We made it to the Forgotten Farm here in Tennessee. John's Hemi ran great. The boat didn't fall off the trailer. The boat trailer made it. We stopped and made a plan for the Jetboat, which is gonna stay twin turboski no matter what we do. And now we have an engine and transmission for the monster truck, which, yes, of course, does mean the monster truck is coming back, hopefully very soon. First disassembly, figuring out what we have. We got to disassemble that truck, see how this is going to fit in there, and it's going to be a big project, but it's going to be a lot of fun when it's done. And just another reminder, you can win this beautiful 2022 ZL1 Chevrolet Camaro. 650 supercharged horsepower with a 6-speed transmission, fully loaded. This thing is absolutely showroom condition. There's only 7,000 miles on it. There are only 142 made in hot red, and I think less with the 6-speed. And hey, if the car isn't your thing, I get it. How about a life-changing $80,000 instead? You get to pick. All you got to do to enter for your chance to win that is go over to vicegripgarage.com, pick up anything that you'd like there, and every $5 gives you one entry for a chance to win that beautiful Chevrolet Camaro or the $80,000. We've got a couple new shirts over there, the Vice Grip Garage Museum shirt, the Arcade Revival shirt. There's LED signs. We literally have a truckload of Rebuild Black in stock, ready to ship. There's cups and cans and koozies and sweatshirts and shirts and lanyards and stickers and basically anything you can think of over there. And again, every $5 gets you one entry for a chance to win that Camaro or that $80,000. Of course, as always, no purchase necessary, and all of the rules in small print is over there at vicegripgarage.com. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you so very much. I know this is kind of a different thing we got going on this week, but boy, did we need that. Huge thank you to John, and thank you to you guys for supporting the channel. Hit that subscribe button, and hey, we'll see you very soon.